told you before about your attitude.
Huh?
Calm down, sir. Sir, can you please calm down?
Can you please straighten your leg?
I don't have a problem.
This is Mark Bell from SuperTraining.tv. Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West. Here we are doing some floor presses with some chains. The chains help to accommodate resistance. They add more weight at the top, and it's lighter at the bottom. I like doing floor presses on my speed day to help kind of eliminate some of that poor positioning at the bottom that you get sometimes with regular full range benching. Plus, in the floor press, you got to go from a static position and overcome it with a dynamic one, just like you do in a box squat. You can see I'm working on being explosive there. Also working on locking weights out real hard and holding weights at the top. There's my homie, Jesse Burdick, going there. He was down for the weekend, did some squats. We did some pulls, we did some benching together. And here's Juan going. You notice the weights are fairly light. We always just suggest that people start off with about 50% of their max. 50% of your raw max would be a good place to start, and just go from there. Oftentimes 50% is way too light. So if it feels light and feels too easy, then simply add some weight. If it starts to slow down and your form gets all screwed up, simply take some weight off the bar. Here's Juan going again with that very appropriate shirt, most hated. I think a lot of us can agree that he is the most hated. He's the biggest heel in the gym. Trying to switch my grips up on this day. Also trying to go with my legs out flat, as you can see. Make sure that I'm not utilizing any leg drive to move the barbell. Just trying to move the weights with my arms as much as possible. Jesse getting some good presses in there. You can see he's moving a little slower, but Juan's doing something similar too. I mean, they're just trying to hang with what I'm doing, and that's good to do that every once in a while. As long as you're not doing that every week, then you're fine. It's good to try to push yourself, try to get into those heavier weights. Something I realized I need to work on is just kind of trying to manage, going from your max effort day to your dynamic effort day. Sometimes I'd go too heavy, and other times I'd keep the weights too light. And it's a very difficult thing to kind of figure out sometimes. But now I'm starting to learn, like, just if I go all out on Thursday, that Sunday needs to be fast, and if Thursday is kind of mild, then I can push it a little heavier on Sunday. Just kind of common sense. Just got to use your head, but the hardest thing in powerlifting to do is to be straight with yourself and be honest with yourself. It's hard to keep yourself honest. That's why it's good to have good training partners and people around you to help you, to help talk some sense into you sometimes. Say, hey, stop being an idiot. You went heavy the other day too. Look how white my legs are. What is that about? I'm like the same color as a marshmallow, pretty much. Same look to me too, roundish. Juan's starting to tire out here a little bit. We're also using the fat bar, just trying to get, trying to use some different barbells. Just to switch things up, just to change it up. You want to constantly change things up as much as you can. Here I am banging out some reps to finish the day off. I've actually developed a lot of strength on the floor press, and so I've kind of thought about it a little bit, and I'm actually going to be working on some presses the next couple weeks where I just stop the weight myself and press the weight back up. So I'll stop it slightly before it touches my t-shirt, or just as it barely touches my t-shirt, and then press the weight back up. I also came to the realization that I suck at board pressing. I can bench about the same weight full range that I can off of boards, so that's something I'll have to work on. See, Juan here went down in weight too, banging out some reps. On our speed day, the speed day is a great day on upper body and lower body day. It's a great day to be able to get to a lot of your assistance movements, because typically the speed work goes a little bit heavier than or goes a little bit faster, I'm sorry, than the max effort work. Here we are doing some extensions. This is something I started working on last week and continue to do it this week. We're doing basically just like a half extension, and man, it just lights your triceps up. Juan's got kind of a close grip, letting the elbows come out. But that elbow positioning that he has there, very similar to the elbow positioning that you have when you miss a bench press. The elbow comes swinging out wide, and then you just can't really get your arm and your shoulder, and you can't get everything back underneath that barbell to lock that weight out. So in a way, these extensions are kind of a bad bench. You're trying to save a bad bench press with your arms. I'm doing this one on like a decline. I got a foam roller under my ass. Just trying new shit all the time. I'm not afraid to try new things. I try new things out probably nearly once a week. And you make new discoveries, you find new things to do, and you just keep it fun. And that's how I've been able to do this shit for so long. So I always keep it fun. I always realize there's a lot to learn out there. I don't know everything. I don't know it all. I have a lot more to learn. I have a lot more to learn as a coach and as a lifter. And as long as you keep that in mind, you'll always have room to grow. Louis Simmons has a great quote, and he says, if you only read one book your whole life, that's all you would really know. You'd only know what the information that was in that one book. So you're going to have to kind of grab from a lot of different areas if you want to make gains, if you want to make progress. So this is kind of like an incline now. I got the foam roller underneath my fabulous shoulders there. And that is it from supertraining.tv.